Hey, good evening, you guys. If we have not met, my name is Marlene, and this is Marley Grace Creations. Welcome to my page. I appreciate you hopping on. If you're watching me right now and that live button is up there, it's red, then you're watching me live. If that live red button is not up there, then you're watching the replay. I appreciate you hopping on and watching the replay as well. Just if you are watching the replay and you're not watching me live, just make sure that you comment, hey, I'm watching you for the first time, or I'm here, or replay, whatever. Just let me know. Hey, Nancy and Diane. Hey, Jill. Y'all, I haven't been on here in a hot minute. I've been in my private group. I'm not gonna lie, I have. I've been in my private group some, but I'm telling you, I think my dad is doing so much better that I can breathe a little bit. So I was with him most of today. Hey, Mary. Hi, Diane. I was with him most of today. My sister's with him right now, but you know, he's walking around just doing his thing. So we're just gonna let him be. Anyway, good afternoon, you guys. Good afternoon. Good evening. You're right. It is evening. Ari, is that how you say that, Ari? Welcome. All right, you guys, I'm going to make some molds. My mold stash is getting thin. And the last few days, I've wanted to make a few things. And BHELOO. Hello? I've missed you too. Hello, Carolyn. Hey, Christine. Hey, you guys. My craft stash of molds, my resin molds are getting kind of low. And so what I was saying was, the last few times I've started to make something, I'm like, but I have to start making that mold and have to start making that mold. So tonight I'm just going to make some molds. So if you guys have been on here with me when I made molds, you're probably going to be bored. But there's always something new to learn, it seems like. A couple that I haven't had very long. One is the OD Fleur-de-Lis, and it's got a little bit of everything in there. I'm going to make a few of these, probably some Fleur-de-Lis. There's a rooster and a rabbit and several hearts and different size Fleur-de-Lis, and so I know I'm going to pour a few of those. This one is the newest one, and it's called Dainty Flourishes, and it is for smaller things like, hey Sherry, how are you? I've been having fun making blessing boxes. Oh, good, Diane. I am so glad, girl. That makes me happy. I love to inspire you guys to do stuff. Excuse me. But this is the Dainty Flourishes. See how little. Now these are long, but once again, I'm going to show you, just because it's long like that doesn't mean you have to use that whole thing. Hey, Emma Kay, thanks for the stars already, right out the gate, girl. I appreciate you. I'm so glad you're feeling better. I know you're not 100%, but I'm still glad you're feeling some better. This is another one. I don't remember. Wait. It's one good thing about IOD and some Prima Redesign, they're putting the names on these things. All IOD newer ones have the name. So I usually cut grass today. Girl, did you really? Awesome. I usually take a Sharpie and write on the back of mine. Eventually it wears off. Just messing with it. It doesn't stay. But this one, I don't remember what it's called, but I love it. It's by Katja. And if y'all have not ever watched Katja design and do furniture, oh my goodness. She does some awesome stuff. Isn't that gorgeous? I'm going to pour that. And do I have another one? Yes, this is an oldie but a goodie, and this is called Baroque Swirls. This is one of my favorite ones. And one reason I love it is because all these details, and you've got a right and a left, and here's the same, you have a right and a left. A lot of things, when you get two that look alike, you get a right and a right or a left and a left. So, you know, you can't flip a mold over. It has a top and a bottom. So that's always a good thing to look for when you're buying a mold. So what I'm going to do first is pour some of these dainty flourishes, I think. So let me get, okay, I have cups that I had a while back. I already have them measured. So I'm just going to face them towards me, and this one is the yellow. Hey, Penny, I haven't seen you in a while, girl, but it's not you. I haven't been on. Good to see you. Let me just get some yellow poured here. I think that whatever that was went in there. I don't want that in there. And you get it as close to the line as you can. And for some reason, when I get to the very end, I have more of the clear or more of the yellow. It's good to see you too. And I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why, because I measure as close as I can, but apparently, you know, you get off here and there, and one thicker than the other, so one might, a little bit more might stay in the thing when you pour them together. I don't know. I know I'm not wearing gloves, so I've got to make sure I keep this cleaned off. Hey, Carol. Let me just lay that over there aside. I think I have a little bit more clear. Hold on just a second. Let me just get a little bit more. It's just right above that line there. That looks right. Okay, and I have an extra glass right there. Let me get a popsicle stick. Oh, the very first thing I need to do is cornstarch these molds. Hey, Trish. How are you? Good to see you. Okay, let me... Oh, that's way too much. That's okay. I'm going to dump it out here in a minute. I want to make sure I get... That is like... Y'all don't have to use this much cornstarch. I dust them, and then I dump it out over here over my trash can. If you just like pop it once, whatever's in there is perfect. So I'm going to pop it over my trash can, and that'll be fine. Okay, let me measure. Where's my popsicle sticks? Here they are. Hey, Jerry. Okay, here's clear. I'm going to pour the clear first because it's so thin. I can do that one faster. Not the clear, I'm sorry, the yellow. Yellow's thinner than the white. And you've got to remember, if you're pouring them in a third thing, you've got to make sure that you measure so when you put the half and the half, you know, the yellow and the clear, that it's, whoa, I'm about to pour it out. Hold on. Okay, if you can see in here, it's white, milky, swirly. In just a minute, it's going to be warm, and it's going to be as clear as water. And hey, Sue, finally, right? I'm excited to be here, too. I tell you, family happens around here, and it seems like in the summer it happens later and later. But I told my husband tonight, I said, I'm going live at 9 o'clock. I'm going live at 9 o'clock. He's like, okay. Okay, you can see it's getting clear. See the swirls going out of it? It's not milky. It's getting warm. It's not quite warm enough. Hey, Donna. Oh, I missed you guys too, Sue. Okay, it's clear. It should be right, but it's not quite as warm as I like for it to be. The heat is what hardens what, then you know when it's got some heat. Let me lay this popsicle stick down. Okay. The reason I like to use these little cups is because they are so easy to pour. And if you can't see me as good as you'd like to right now, I'm sorry. I can't do anything else right now. And this is not pouring the way I want it to pour. But it's getting there. Okay, let's start on another one. My favorite thing to use when I pour them together is a paper cup. And I guess the next time I will just pour it in the paper cup. I have one right over there. Okay. Let me go ahead and mix some more yellow and clear. That's in there. It's gonna, now it's not complete. There's some here. Let me see. Well, I don't want to move you down now because I'll move this. In just a minute, I'll move you down some more. I think it's okay though. And make sure that your little cups are on a flat, even surface too. And there's not a bunch of paper wadded up or plastic or anything under there, because that'll make a difference in the way it levels up on your line. Hey, Lane. Good to see you too. If you happen to over pour one side and go, oh, I got it above the line, don't worry. Just get the other one and just add. See the white? Well, I don't know. The white is still a little above. Let me get just a little more yellow. If not, it won't harden. It'll stay good. Excuse me. It'll stay gooey like chewing gum. Okay, this time I'm going to pour them in this paper cup because that's my favorite. You can't see it very good in there, but you saw the first one. See, the clear is thicker and it's hard to get it all out. So that does make a difference when you measure. So try to get as much out as you can. Okay. Can see well enough? Good. Nancy. Hey, Nancy. Did you get your thing done? Hey, Caroline. Temple. I won't ever forget that now. I'm just glad, Carolyn, you can find me when you need to. That makes me happy, too. Sometimes the simplest things to somebody else is not the simplest things to us. But then when they explain it, show us how, you'll be like, oh, that's so easy. And that's all it takes. One of my pet peeves is somebody who does something all the time, especially online, and they'll go, oh, just go here and click here and click here and click here. I'm like, mine don't have that click, click, click thing. So, okay, it's getting clear, it's getting warm. And look, these are getting white. Can you see here, they're getting white? That's what they're supposed to do. And this is very warm, it's very clear, so I can go ahead and start pouring. This pours better out of this little paper cup. And it, like, you can see that I got that filled, but I stopped because I ran out of stuff, and that's okay. You just finish filling it when you get some more resin. You don't have to take it out and start over. It'll just bond right to that. Ooh, this is hot. This is probably gonna set pretty quick. That over poured a little bit. Let's see, what do I have I can do? I can do a corner. I always pour every speck. So always have extra stuff to make sure that you have something ready to go. Let me grab a piece of paper towel. This is over a little bit, so I need to get just a dab out of there if I can. Okay, I think that'll keep that from puffing up. Well, of course, my nose has decided to itch. I'm live, always. What changes making molds for? What changes making molds for? Margaret, you lost me. Good afternoon, though. Good evening. What am I making these molds for? Is that what you're asking me? I am making these because I am running out of stuff. These are newer, and I want to have some of these on hand. But if I get through with this here in a little bit, I'm going to go live in private group. So anybody who feels like going live in private group, let me know, because I have a surprise. Okay. This is starting to get white. I can't move it yet, but it's getting there. So as soon as it gets, this newer gets a little bit whiter, I can move it. Right now, I can't pick it up because it'll bend it. So, autocorrected. Don't you love autocorrect, Margaret? Love autocorrect. What was I trying to tell somebody yesterday? My sister. I can't remember what it was, and I told her like 3 or 4 times, and it kept changing the word every time, and so finally I just like put space between each letter, and she was like, oh, now it makes sense. Okay, let's see. You know, when I do this, I need a spatula or something's what I need. I think I can do it. I think I'm going to be very careful because it's starting to get hard. I'm going to put it over here and just leave it be. And I'm going to start working on this one. This is called Baroque Swirls. I love this one. Hey, Miss Terry, how are you? Okay, this one is the yellow. So here's my yellow one. Went right to the line. Let's see if I can get the clear that way. Y'all think it's too early to start doing pumpkins? Now, y'all know I ain't going to do Christmas in July. I just can't do it. But do you think it's too early to start doing pumpkins? I keep over pouring that clear. I have to put one more little drop or 2 in there. I know it looks like it doesn't make a difference, but it does. Trust me, it does. No, you think not? Okay, the yellow is thinner, so I always try to pour the yellow first. Some of the molds that I'm making, I have a project for those. Get all that out that I can. Okay, now let's start stirring. Thank you, Cheryl. Not too early. Go for it. Who said that? Sue. Time with me. Not Jay. Oh no, I don't do Halloween. I did a really cute Halloween thing last year. I just, you know, a lot of people love Halloween. Can't wait for Halloween. It's just not my favorite holiday, so. I love fall and I love Christmas. Love spring. But I'm just not a Halloween girl. Hey, Kib. This cousin of yours. My cousin's on here. How are you? I don't do Halloween either. Our Hobby Lobby, somebody said their Hobby Lobby does sell Halloween. Our Hobby Lobby doesn't even sell Halloween anymore. Never too early for fall. Okay. Okay, it's looking good. There's a little bit of white in there. It's hard to tell when your cup's white. You just have to kind of see the bottom of it with your stick and feel it. And it's pretty warm. So I'm going to go ahead and start pouring. This mold, I think, this is one. Actually, two of these back to back is going to be on the project for later. Aha. It takes up that whole cup. It looks like I got it all. I did. Okay, I mix another batch. It's exactly perfect for that, so let's do it. Do y'all have any questions about this? Do y'all do resin? You don't do Halloween either, Terry? I just not my thing. You know, a lot of people do. A lot of people like skulls and Halloween and, you know, crows, black crows and all that. That's just not it's not my favorite. But I've seen some cute Halloween stuff. I was in an event last year and I said yes to the event before I realized it was going to be Halloween. And then I had to come up with something Halloween. That was hard for me because I don't do it, you know, much. And so, sprinkle to your page. Awesome, Jerry. Thank you. And, okay, pour it in the yellow. This is where I don't talk. Hey, Ava. I'm making some molds. My stash is getting low, and it's so much easier when fall and Christmas is coming up. I know kind of which molds, and then when spring starts coming up, I kind of know which molds. Well, a lot of my wintry molds are... Oh, I don't have to... You know what? I did cornstarch a while ago, and after I thought about it, not too early to have Christmas out. Oh, Helen, no. I don't need cornstarch with molds. I only need cornstarch with clay. It didn't hurt it. It's not going to hurt a thing, but I don't need cornstarch for this. Now, I may do some clay molds in a few minutes, and if I do, then I'll need cornstarch. No. I sent her a message. Are you talking about Irene, gosh, how, Mosquito or something? How do you say her last name? I sent her a message and said, you won the napkins this week in the Napkin Club. And she said, oh, thank you. And that's the last I heard. Thanks for keeping me straight, though, Nancy. It's getting warm. Look how white this already is. Look at that. Okay, the last bit of that other one was already starting to get pretty stiff. Let me just pour this. This is already starting to get some white in it, so it's ready. I said, let's see, in a post that if you had not sent napkins, please send them. And she said, okay. And I said, and you won this week. And she said, okay, thank you. And I don't know. I never see her on. Very, very seldom. Okay. I need to get some more cups. Did I bring the paper cups? No, I just brought a few. I'm going to need some more. I'm going to grab some little paper cups, y'all. Hold on. Okay, there we go. These are the best thing for this. Just these little, what are these called? I don't know. I think I might have got them at Dollar Tree. I don't remember. They're just these tiny little, I guess when you brush your teeth and stuff. I hope, well, she answered me, Terry, so I don't know. Okay, those are ready. This is not, but this needs to start turning white before I can move it. So I hope she's okay, but she did answer me. I don't know. If I were to pick this up right now and bend this at all, it would shift and it probably would not harden. So you can't, you've got to remember that these are chemicals and you can't mess the chemicals in it up. So you've got to just leave it alone and let it do. Right now what it's doing, it's heating up and it's hardening. And as soon as it hardens all the way, like gets a solid white like that, then it'll start cooling off. Hey, Rebecca. So that's kind of what it does. I used to think it was the opposite, but what it's doing right now is heating up. So the two chemicals together are heating up and getting hard. It's starting to turn white, so I'll be able to move it in just a minute. If this was a flat surface, and it's harder for y'all to see that way, but if it was a flat surface, I'll just slide it over and bring another one over here. But since it's on this, I can't do that. I hope everybody's had a good day and had something good for dinner. We had breakfast for dinner tonight. Who has breakfast for dinner? I love it. Better than breakfast for breakfast a lot of times. Okay, this one's ready. Okay, I think I can do this. I'm going to be really, really, really... Ooh, it's hot. Okay. Okay, it's fine. Yay. Okay. This is cool. The bottom is good and cool. So it's ready to pop out. Just pull it apart on both sides. And it just pops right out. Isn't that gorgeous? Now, right now, it's pretty flexible. It won't be long, but if you wanted this to be in a curve or straighter or whatever you wanted it to do, right now would be the time to do it and just let it, different types of resin. Yes, I have not used, but two different kinds. This is Amazing Casting Resin. And right here it says, turns white and cures 10 minutes. It has to say that. Now, there's resin that you can pour on top of something. Hey, Jennifer. Pour on top of something and let it sit. It takes, what, 72 hours, 24 hours? I don't know how long. I have never used it. I've watched people use it. And I have been tempted. I just haven't. But it's not this. It's not the same kind. This has to say that on the box. Now, the other one... I was at Michael's and I owed somebody a box of resin that I borrowed because I ran out and she had several. So she said, here, take one of mine. And then when you find another one. Well, Hobby Lobby kept not having them, not having them, not having them. And so then Michael's had something and it was called, I can't remember the name now. It was Amazing something, but it was different. See, this is really, really little. Now, later on, see if I was putting this on a picture frame or something around a curve, I could do that right now. But later on, when it's hard and you want to do that, all you have to do is heat it up with your heat tool. And sometimes you can get it heated up enough. See, isn't that gorgeous? Look at all the details. Isn't that pretty? Hey, Dana, how are you? So that just popped right out because of the cornstarch. Maybe I just learned something by mistake. The cornstarch didn't hurt it at all. So I'm going to move these aside and let them cool off and get hard. And then I'm going to pour another one. And that one over there can just keep working. And let's pour this one. I don't know how much it's going to take. I probably have to do this a couple of times. Okay. Hey, Norma. Okay, all the way to the line, right to the line. And y'all see, instead of letting this whole thing, I just poke a little hole in the top of mine. That way it's just easier to control it. It's easier to measure and control it. Because if this stuff starts pouring out, well, you've wasted it. Okay, right to the line. That looks pretty even this time. Okay, yay. It's time to do that. Hey, Bonnie. How are you, sweet girl? Is your husband good tonight? Is he okay? I was talking to my daddy about some of that today. He's went through a lot of that, so anytime you need to talk, let me know. Okay, what I'm doing right now is mixing A and B. One is yellow and one is clear. I don't remember which is which, but anyway, I can look on the box and tell, or look on the thing and tell. But you just have to get an even amount and stir until it gets clear and warm. Part A is clear and part B is yellow. I'm glad you're home, Bonnie. I know you are. Now, this mold I'm about to use is by, this is a redesign. This is not IOD, and it's a Katja. Yeah. It's getting clear. So you probably can't. Well, you can see it's not white and swirly anymore. Y'all pray for Bonnie. She is in my private group, and I'm not going to give you details. They're not mine to give, but her husband just had some major surgery, and they've had a rough time. She just needs our prayers. Okay, I'm just filling this crevice full. And you can't play around too much, because if you do, you know, if you start talking and just ignore it and lift it up and mess with stuff and all that, it's not going to pour out of your cup. It's just going to get hard right in your cup. Okay, I need to, that's not enough. I knew it wouldn't be enough though. And it doesn't matter which one I pour first. You pour the yellow in the yellow cup and the clear in the clear cup. They're not mixing, so it doesn't matter. I'm doing this because this is what I'm used to doing, so I don't put the clear in the yellow cup and vice versa. This is just my habit. That's all it is. It's called OCD. Occupational Craft Disorder. Or Occasional Craft Disorder. That looked like a lump or something in there. Okay. I'm going to wipe this off my hands. You just lost your mom. Oh gosh, Jennifer, I'm so sorry. When? When did this happen, Jennifer? 2 weeks? Bless your heart. I'm sorry. My dad's 88, and we're constantly taking care of him and doing stuff at the house. I went this morning at 11 o'clock, 11:30. I think it was around 11 o'clock. He hadn't given the dog her meds. He hadn't taken his. He hadn't had any breakfast. He was still in his pajamas. Said he thought about eating, but he just wasn't sure. So I changed his bed and washed his clothes up, did his laundry, and messed around the house. And oh, thank you, Mary. And took some food for dinner, cut up a watermelon, did, left some stuff that he loves, made a cake yesterday and took some and left it. That way he can go in there and nibble. But I have to be careful because he loves watermelon and cantaloupe, especially watermelon. And if I'm not there, he'll just go to the kitchen and just eat watermelon. Okay, it's getting clear and it's getting hot. So it's ready to go. I didn't need much in this little crevice here. Okay, start pouring this one. This one is really, really detailed. Oh my goodness. I haven't tried doing this one out of clay, but I think I will. Maybe later, a little while. This reminds me of part of an old gate, an old iron gate, or possibly even a crown. It could be a crown on something, I think. Eventually I'm going to run out of resin. But that's good because when I get ready to do some projects, I'll have some of these. Some of these I already have in mind. I know what I'm going to do with them. Thank you, Mary. You're so sweet. I know. My dad's 88. But, it doesn't make it any easier, does it, Jennifer? Time to get ready for bed. Hey, Penny. Yeah, good night. I'm glad you caught me live, though. Oh, I am too. It sure doesn't help. I know my dad's 88, and I'm telling you, sometimes, I was over there today, and physical therapy came, and here I am cleaning his house and doing his laundry and fixing his dinner and stuff. And even though I'm still that little girl in that house that I grew up in, he's like a child. So I feel like we reversed roles. He is sweet. The next one I'm going to pour has a lot of smaller elements. And so, hey, Miss Becky. How are you? I love to watch her lives because that is right up my alley, girl. I love to take something out of Goodwill or the landfill and redo it. Love it. I don't know why my eyes are so blurry. Okay, it's getting clear. It's getting warm. Okay, now, in a minute, you're going to see what I don't think it's going to take all of this. Maybe. It might fool me. But I've got to have something ready really fast because you don't have time to fool around too much. Sorry. So it would cut off. Wow, there's some tiny little crevices here. I don't know if it's going to go in all those or not. I might have to force it in there. Okay, here's what I was talking about. You got to have something that you can pour it in so you don't, there's an acorn. I don't want to waste it. Y'all, I'm sorry. I had to decline a phone call. Okay. I don't know how that's going to turn out. We'll see in a few minutes. That one's getting white, so that one is looking good. Okay. That is so fresh. I can't move that one yet. Hey, Patty. Pat, P-A-T-T. We have a P-A-T-T-I in here too sometimes. Let's see. We all need prayer sometimes in our lives, so we'll pray for you and your dad and Bonnie. Thank you so much, Mary. Mary is our prayer warrior. Y'all needs prayer? Ask Mary. She never hesitates. Never. Okay. This one is ready. I'll pop it out in 1 second. This is probably about ready to move. So I'm going to just slide it over here. It's hot underneath. Okay. Are y'all tired of seeing more molds poured yet? It's good hanging out with you, but I know this has got to be getting boring. I'm sorry. We all need prayers. Absolutely. Absolutely, Sue. Nope, you're not getting bored, Carolyn. Okay. Everybody says you make it look so easy. Well, it is not hard. You just have to really pay attention to what you're doing and make sure you get stuff as even as you can. And if you ever pour this on you, try not to do that. And don't pour this to rinse anything out down your sink. From what I understand, you could ruin a sink. I don't know if it's, stainless steel or what it is. It just says, do not, big letters on this box, do not wash this down your sink. Wash it down your commode. What else does it say? I forget, but it would probably get hard in there. And I have it all over this cup. Oh, I can't play with it, so really neat. I do too. I love pouring molds. I love using molds. I like decoupaging. I like pouring molds, using stamps, using ink, all that good stuff. It's starting to get clear. Can you tell in the cup it's starting to get clear, not white? It is hard when your cup's white inside. Have you made, Caroline Iceman, have you made any molds yet? You've watched me do it enough. You should know how by now. Please tell me you've made some molds. Okay, here's my pretty big fleur-de-lis. I love this one. This is a pretty big crevice here. Fill that up. Okay, I've got a smaller one here. Let's see if I can fill this up. I bet not. It's deep enough. It's full enough. Let me just get it in the crack. You can take the point of your cup, if you're using a paper cup, see how it makes a point? And I just kind of dab at the corners. And that way it pulls it in the corners, and then it's, when you take it out of the mold, it's sharp. It's the way it should be. Let me get a baby wipe now. It's hard. It's got to where it's hard to find. Now, I'll tell you why I think it's because it's gotten so expensive. I think the last time I went to order this on Amazon, and I just refused. I guess eventually I'll have to, but if I keep doing it, I might need to order it by the gallon, you know. The gallon is more feasible. I just don't know how long the shelf life is, and I do it a lot, but not that much, I don't think. So what I've thought about doing is, a friend of mine and I have talked about this, about getting a gallon each of the hardener, the A and the B, and saving our bottles and keeping our bottles filled up. I think that'd probably be the smartest thing to do, and just not use out of the gallon jug. And I hope this comes off of glass, because I have glass on my desktop. What is the pros? Donna, I can throw these in my box and they'll last forever. Hey, honey, you called me twice and I had to decline it because I'm on a live, but I will talk to you after the live. How about that? I was ignoring you, but I had to. Okay, let's get all that clear in there. All right. If you ever underpour, like if you pour too much clear and less yellow, or a lot more yellow and or vice versa, whatever I said, vice versa, it'll get hard, but it'll stay like chewing gum more. It'll stay sticky, and it'll never get hard. So you've got to really pay close attention to what you're doing, and keep it out of children's reach. It'd be awful if a child were to drink some of this. So make sure that you keep it put up. Hey, Gloria. Let's see. I've got some more acorns. I think since, you know, it's almost fall, I'll go ahead and pour some acorns. And you guys, the little red hearts, throw up some little red hearts when you can on anybody's page. From now on, try to remember to do that. I don't know what it is about Facebook needs that. They need us to do that. Somehow these little robots think nothing's going on and won't send us people. And they also don't like for us lately to go live on each other's craft pages under our craft name. I understand. And that's hard because I don't have everybody. Just like Becky was in here a few minutes ago. And I'm sure when I went to Becky's page, I was probably, here's a leaf. I'm probably under Marley Grace Creations and not Marlene. Because that's how I have her on my page. Otherwise, I couldn't find her. So I don't know what the answer to that is, but okay. I'm just going to leave that. There's some more space in that heart. I'm just not going to pop it out. I'm going to leave it like that. And when I use it again, and it won't be tonight, then I'll finish filling that up. Okay. Let's move over to the side. Let me move that up front and not dump it off. Excuse me. Hey, Linda Tanner. I thought it was Linda Thomas, but Linda Tanner. How are you? Okay, these are cooled off, and I just go on each side and just pop it right out. This is one of my favorites. Look at the details on this thing. And when you paint these and then put dark wax, oh my gosh, they're gorgeous. Look at that. So this is what I meant by you have a right and a left. So you can put something else here, and you have a right and a left. Now, if you want to use them like this, and you can if you want to, you still have a right and a left. So a lot of molds are not like that. You might have two similar, but they're two rights or two lefts. And so to me, that's very important. Let me put these over to the side. And let me see if this is ready to pop out. The first one is, the second one is not quite, it's still warm. It's cool here, but then I poured some more here later. So I can feel underneath here that this is very cool. So this one's ready to come out, this first one. Let's see, I've not poured this one before, so I have no idea what it's going to look like. Oh, beautiful. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? See, now you could take this and, let's see, if you wanted to cut that off right there, I mean, you could leave it like that. You can build on these any way you want to. You can build on it. You could build it right there. You'd have to cut this much off. So you can cut off as much as you want to. You don't have to use the whole thing just because. Oh, good for you, Linda. Good to see you on. You don't have to use the whole thing. Just Margaret, me too. That is my favorite. I knew you'd love it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you. Okay, because I poured this much and then it didn't go all the way and I had to make some more. So I put it down here and I can still feel it's a little warm. So I could pop this out. See, this is ready to come out. But this down here is still warm. Now, if I go to take it out, it's going to be a little bit sticky. But if I can get it out, it's okay. Just lay it aside and let it cool off and let it get hard. So, there it is. Now, see how flexible this side still is? This side's not, because this side is not cooled off all the way yet. Now, if I wanted to make a crown, let me see. If I wanted to, say I wanted to use this and make a crown, this is what I would need to do right now while I have it, is I would cut a little bit of that off in the back, put it on something round, mash it good and flat, tape it on here, and then when I took it off later, it would be a crown. So, and then it'd be hard as a brick. You couldn't get it apart then. So, but I don't, right now I just want it like that, and I can do that later. So I'm going to move that to the side. And you can't hurt them. I mean, and if I want it curved, all I have to do is just curve it a little bit and let it dry. Not dry, cool. But I want it straight. So, these are still warm. They're getting there. These are the last ones I poured, and I've popped out all the rest of them. So, I'm going to pop these out in just a few minutes. I was going to show you something. I forgot what it was. Okay, say, where is my X-Acto knife? It's probably not here. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing my X-Acto knife. Nope. Well, I can show you with scissors. It doesn't work. It's not that great, but it'll still work. This is hard. I mean, this is really, really hard. I mean, it's hard. But I want to cut it. Well, it'd be kind of hard to cut. Not really, but let's say I did it yesterday. It'd be kind of hard to cut right now. So I'm going to warm this up. And I know I want to cut it probably like right there. So I'm going to warm that spot up. That X-Acto knife is probably staring right at me. Okay, you see how flexible it is now? Okay, so there. Now I have 2 pieces. Now I can use it a different way. That's all you have to do if you want it. Say, this is all I wanted to use. I really didn't want that. I can use it for something else later, though. It's just part of the flourish. So that's all you have to do. This is still flexible. And so you could make it go a different way. But I'm just going to lay it down and let it cool off like this. And if I decide later, wait a minute, I wish I hadn't cut that. I want to put that right here. Okay, right there's where I cut it. So I'm just going to glue it on, whatever it is, I'm going to glue it on, back together. And by the time you paint it and put the glue in there, here it is. So you just bond it back together with some glue. Tight bond, quick and thick. And just keep going, and you'll never know it. Nobody will ever know it but you. Okay, let's pop these out. Let's see if they're ready to pop out. The first one I did was this acorn. Oh, that's cute. See, when fall comes, that's going to be good. I'll be glad I did that. These are a little sticky because they're still warm, but I'm just going to lay them down. See, right now they're like chewing gum on the ends, but as long as I don't distort them and just lay them down. So, they're sweet little acorns. Okay. Oh, there's another one. There's a tiny one. Here's a leaf. See all the details in the leaf? Now see, the leaf, it's all, there's only one leaf. No, there's 2, but one's smaller. So you could, but see, you can't turn it but one way. You'd have to put one here and one there. Okay, let's see. This one is still very warm. But the details on this is so pretty. Look at all the details on the fleur-de-lis. Okay, this big one is gorgeous. I love it. All the details on it. And you see there's some little overpour. All you do, you can use your X-Acto knife, tweezers, whatever. While it's soft, and I just took it out. You don't have to be careful with it either. Just pick it off. If you've got any little pieces, just pick them off. And when you lay it down, let it cool. It's harder to do it after that, so you need to do it now. Isn't that pretty? Look at all the details. That's a good size, too. Okay, you guys. Thank you so much for hopping on. I'm glad you're doing good, Linda. Thanks, y'all. If you're watching me right now and that red live button's right there, then you're watching me live. Thank you guys for being here. If you're watching me right now and that red live button is no longer there, then you're watching the replay. That is awesome. You're watching the replay. If you'll just tell me you're here and you're watching the replay, I would appreciate that too. Thank you guys for the hearts. Thanks for the stars. I appreciate you. Okay, you guys that are in private group, give me about 5 minutes and I will meet you there. See you there. Bye.